goodness gracious. Oh my days. Wait, hold up. Technical difficulties. Okay. Alright. Uh okay, I think we got it. Yup. Um Everything under control. Alright. Excellent. Amazing. uh Wait, hold on, let me test the volume first. Is it? Okay. Yeah, alright, good. Volume is great. Let's go. Wait, what? Oh, wait. There we go.
Hey gang, so a new Universal theme park, Epic Universe, is gonna open to
Okay, wait. Okay. I think we got it this time. Right? Alright, cool. Okay, got it. Let's go.
Hey gang, so a new Universal theme park, Epic Universe, is gonna open to the public real soon, as of I'm writing this. And as a theme park fanatic, I am really excited about it. One of the lands there is a How to Train Your Dragon land, which is filled with tons of immersive live actors, animatronics, performances, and an actual dragon drone that flies above the area. It's really impressive. So,
Okay, I do want to share like Epic Universe. It was kind of like my obsession, Epic Universe, for like the first part of the year. Like, okay, at first I didn't really care about it because as you can tell by my username, I'm personally more interested in Disneyland than I am in Universal. Like Universal, I've only been to like two Universal theme parks, uh, the Singapore one and the Japan one, and because I'm Asian, I can only go to the Asia Universal. I haven't gone to Beijing yet, but I heard it was really good. But to me, like okay, and also I am a frequent. I go to Universal Singapore a lot because I'm a Singaporean myself, so I go there a lot and like I think like even so like I got the annual pass at one point. And I do like it. I do like Universal. It's just like comparatively to Disney, it has just pales in comparison. Like none of the Universal parks I've been to have wowed me or amazed me as much as any of the Disney parks have. Like even um like the smallest Universal park, Singapore, and the smallest Disney park, Hong Kong Disneyland. Uh, Hong Kong is like leaps and bounds better than Universal Studios Singapore, and it's kind of crazy. And I think like of course Disney has been falling off as well. Universal, like I think they have been having a more like consistent quality load up in terms of like their new attractions that they're implementing. Disney is kind of like a mixed bag. Like their newer attractions, like some of them can be really hit or miss, but Universal's more consistent with its quality. Um, and that's why I think Universal is slowly rising to the top. But you know, Disney to me is still like way better. And yeah, so I don't really care about Epic Universe. Like any Universal related news, I kind of don't care. But then like Epic Universe came out, and I heard like even it was such a big event that even Disney fans themselves were like, "Oh shit, this is actually like a good theme park with good actual like good theming, and like I saw the different like ways they made their theme park more immersive by like implementing a flying dragon drone in the How to Train Your Dragon land, and the other one being like there's this windmill restaurant they have in like uh the monster area zone, and like the windmill will like set fire every once in a while. It's like really cool stuff. I was like, oh wait, this is like pushing the boundaries of what a theme park could do. And so I actually got interested, and the more I delved deeper into Epic Universe, the more I was like, oh shit, this is actually like really damn cool. And maybe Universal might be on like nearing the level of Disney. And of course that got me interested in watching the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. Like since like when I watched before Epic Universe came out, I only saw the first movie. Like I sat through and watched the first movie once. Like sometimes I'll see it on TV, but I haven't watched the second and third movie yet. So then after Epic Universe, then I watched the second and third movie, and then I really liked the second movie, but I didn't really like the third, as you can see from the video. So, yeah, let's just continue watching. Oh wait, I do want to say that Epic Universe is pretty damn great. Like I haven't been to it yet. I probably won't be there for a while, but it looks really damn great. I think Disney has some competition, definitely, and they have to up their game because Universal is really catching up. So, yeah.
So this got me in the mood to binge all three of the How to Train Your Dragon movies since I haven't actually gone to watch them before. I mean, I would watch snippets of it from time to time when it came out on TV, but I never really sat down to watch the full thing until now. And honestly, it's a pretty solid trilogy. The first movie is a really good family film. The second movie is just, and the third movie, it's an above average film, I suppose. Actually, that's what I want to talk about today. Why the third movie pales in comparison to the second one. It's really sad since I was looking forward to watching the third movie because I really, really, really like the second one. And I know a few people who think the third movie is better than the second. But I was just so disappointed after watching it. And like what I said, it's not a bad movie. But it's just so sad when you follow up a 9 out of 10 movie with a 6 out of 10 movie. But enough rambling. Let's dive into why How to Train Your Dragon 2 soars while the Hidden World just kinda glides. There's a pun. Laugh. Drago and Grimo. Who is better? Honestly, this might sound crazy, but I think Grimo is slightly better. Yes, I know I probably subverted your expectations, didn't I? I mean, I think his dialogue feels much colder, such as the time he broke into Hiccup's house and started dissing his dad. And he also has more charisma compared to Drago. Grimo actually uses pretty smart manipulation tactics to outwit the protagonist, which is really cool. Also, I love the fact that he's a polar opposite to Hiccup. Hiccup had the chance to kill a Night Fury, but ultimately decided not to, while Grimo did. Grimo is a contrast to Hiccup's pacifism, but unfortunately, those are the only things that make Grimo better than Drago. Despite thinking that Grimo is a more fun antagonist, Drago is a bigger threat and a far more impactful villain overall. When Grimo said,
"You've never seen anything like me,"
I knew that was straight up bullshit, because Drago had the ability to mind control almost every single dragon. Those little venomous beetle dragon things that Grimo has, they are nothing compared to the giant, ice-breathing alpha dragon that Drago had. Secondly, before Drago even actually comes out on screen, we are shown how big of a threat he is through Stoic's flashback scene. It shows what he's capable of instead of telling. Grimo, on the other hand, had Eric just say, "He's like really smart and all." Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but that doesn't really sell him off as a threat. We don't really see what he's capable of, other than tranquilizing a dragon when he's first introduced. Like, it is really badass, but it's not as threatening as actually killing multiple people, you know? Hell, that's the most harm Grimo ever does, to be honest. He doesn't really kill any dragons or anybody when he has the chance. He just makes them fall asleep temporarily. Oh, but he also killed off all the Night Furies when he was a child! Firstly, if you think think that that's terrifying, then by your logic, Chantal Dubois from Madagascar 3 is a scary villain, since she too also tranquilized animals and hunted them down when she was a child. Secondly, we weren't shown how he killed the Night Furies, we were just told. Third, do you really expect me to believe that this scrawny ass motherfucker killed off every single Night Fury as a child, aka one of the.
Okay, wait. I would like to bring up this really interesting story about this video in particular. This video is like, to me, such a weird black sheep out of all the analysis videos I've made this year, or most of my analysis videos that I've made, for the sole reason that this analysis video in particular is very, like, how should I say it? It like reminds me of lots of bad things that happen. Cause firstly, I made this video in like the middle of a very weird time of my life, in like a time where my the app that I used to edit all my videos, CapCut, no longer worked. There was like some problems with it, and hence like for a very long period of time, I couldn't fix it. I think afterwards I kind of like fell into like this kind of like state of anxiety and depression, in the sense that like I just felt like, without editing videos, I was just like useless and whatnot. So it was a very like challenging time of my life that when I made this video. But fortunately, like a few weeks later, I was able to find like some kind of like CapCut, like this. There was a modded version of CapCut that I used. Yeah, so I was able to find a modded version of CapCut, and it worked. Like, it works fine. It doesn't have all the features I want, but it works somewhat okay. Then I tried doing multiple things. I tried finding a different editing software. I tried to I tried to find many other like CapCut sources, but like it just didn't work out. And the other editing softwares were just, they just weren't for me. I'm too attached to CapCut to kind of change. So and I even wanted to just like, screw it and actually just pay for the CapCut subscription so I could get all the features that I wanted, instead of like having them locked behind a paywall. But eventually I didn't. I got the modded version instead. So that was definitely better. Eventually I did find a alternative for my broken down CapCut. But yeah, it was actually a really stressful time. So while I remember in the middle of editing this video and like recording it, like several times a day my eye would like start twitching very, very badly. So yeah, that's something, right? Then yeah, it was so bad that when I told my friends, oh, my situation is so bad that my eye is actually twitching uncontrollably, and they're like, what? That's crazy. That's actually like really bad. I was like, okay, yeah. I know it's kind of crazy that like losing an editing software makes you go into this kind of like state, but yeah. Then so yeah, so I was editing this video because I didn't have the main CapCut features. I only had like I only had a few that I could work with, so that's why this video like I don't think it's as well edited as the rest, because what? Oh, never mind. Yeah. So yeah, this video I made it in between during those times. and I made it like I was writing the script before it happened. Then I recorded the script in the middle of when it was like the middle when I lost it. Then I was editing the video after I got the replacement software. So yeah, and that's why I associate this video with like bad luck, because that's essentially what happened, and that's like not the only like bad thing that happened with this video. Like other than that, like me associating with this video with like one of the worst parts of the year. This was one of the first videos, like a little funny story. One of the first videos that I actually showed my parents, and I thought, oh, because most of my videos they're all like animes, like anime reviews. They probably wouldn't like know or like anime reviews or superhero movie reviews, and uh okay, no, at the time I haven't reviewed any superhero, but at the time, the only thing I reviewed was animes, and so this was like a break from that. This was a review of an animated movie, and this is something that they know of. They have probably watched it before. How to Train Your Dragon. They know about it. So I thought to myself, and like, okay, unlike the other ones, this one didn't have that many sex jokes inside, because I usually in my older videos I used to add lots of like sex jokes back then. Right now I kind of tone it down because I've matured, and I was like, actually, nah, I should probably scale back on the sex jokes. Um, but like the Love Live one, there was like a handful of inappropriate jokes. Oh, hello, I'm such a big fan. Oh, hello, I'm talking about very sad, tragic backstory right now. Who are you anyway? Oh, Snow Linny. Hello, how are you? Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, yeah, so I showed this video to my parents. And this was one of the only videos I actually showed my parents. Because, like, I don't think you all know this, but, I don't really regularly show my videos to my parents because doing good. How's your year? Oh, my year is it's kind of like a mixed bag because, on one hand, there were some good things that happened, but on the other hand, there were some really bad things that happened. Uh, but overall, I think the year was okay. It was like fine. Learned some new things. Lost some things as well, but you know, you only get out of these situations stronger. Am I right? Yeah. How about you? How's your year been? Huh? Oh, it's a great year. So anyway, as I was saying, right? So I don't really like to show my videos to my parents because, uh, like those few times that I did show it to my parents, their responses were, "I don't get it," or they thought it was kind of like, like they didn't really have a positive reception to them, especially like the edits, because I think edits is a very new gen thing. I don't think adults will really like understand the appeal of edits. So when I showed them edits, because I like to do edits on my shorts, they were like, I don't get it. So that one's kind of reasonable. That one I kind of get. Um, but this one I decided, okay, it's an analysis video. The analysis videos is not a new gen thing. Like analyzing has been a thing for a very long time already. So like especially reviewing movies have been a thing that has been happening since the 1900s. So and then this is an animated movie. It's not an anime, so they would definitely like understand. So I showed it to them, and my dad did not like this video. He like we were watching it, and it was like dead silent when we were just watching the whole thing.
Oh,
And
sorry, do you really?
the what like he didn't like it for 3 reasons, And these three reasons were like so weird. It kind of, you know, weirded me out.
To believe that this scrawny ass motherfucker killed off.
So firstly, he did not like it that I swear. So he was like, when he heard me swear at that part, he was like, he clicked his tongue. He was like, you know, like, okay, no, not really like that, but he, you know, like that kind of sound, and then I think it's like a oi or something. So yeah, he clearly was not happy that I swear in my video. Then what else? Wait, let me see. Then there was another thing. Okay, secondly, I think I should also mention, he did not like how negative I was in this video. And you know what? Fair enough, right? Negative in this video, like, that's fair. Okay, that's a fair statement. Sometimes I can be a bit too harsh. Of course, I get it. But I mean, it's an analysis video, so what do you expect? And secondly, towards the summary, I actually get positive. I say, oh well, actually there are some aspects that are actually kind of good, and this is at the end of the day a very above average movie. Oh, hello, Naru. Oh, Naru. I've been seeing your comments a lot lately. Your Nozomi related comments, really uplifting comments, really supportive. Thank you so much for your comments, Naru. Really nice, really makes my day. So thank you very much. You know, Nozomi is love, Nozomi is life. For real, for real. Yeah. So as I was saying, yeah, towards the summary, I do like start to get to the more positive aspects. I say, I talk about how, oh, it's actually an above average movie. It's not all bad. And so that's why I mentioned to him. I was like, oh well, towards the end, I do see the more positive aspects of the movie. And he said, well, he said something along the lines of, well, that's actually a facade. And I was like, what? Who are you to judge? I mean, that one was like, okay, like, me swearing in the video, that one I can still quite get behind, kind of. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still my video. I can still say whatever I want. Then, like, this one, like, the whole you're putting on a facade thing to make yourself look good. It's like, who are you to judge? Right? It's like, what? Who? Come on, right? And the last one, and probably like the stupidest one that like he complained about, was this moment right here.
Contribute to the story because they all relate to the topic of love. You see, I'm so smart.
Okay, so he did not like that. My dad did not like the scene because he thought I was making fun of nerd stereotypes. But like, I don't. Is it though? I don't know. Wait, let me go back to that part. Is it though? Is actually like, is it offensive? I don't think it is. Because no, if it's offensive, I have seen more offensive things before. You know, like that, because like I okay. Because let's be real, no one actually acts like that, right? Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, okay, that one I can get. I can. I mean, I don't know, because again, my dad also likes to watch SNL, Saturday Night Live, and if you know Saturday Night Live, you know that it's a show that makes fun of actual people. And to me, I feel like like parodying an individual person, like a specific person, is way worse than making fun of this nerd stereotype. But nerd stereotype is not really a problem. you know, and honestly, like, it could be worse, right? Like, you could make an even worse kind of parody kind of thing. Like, SNL has done even worse parodies before, you know, like this nerd stereotype. Everyone does it. A lot of YouTubers do that. I okay. I mean, it's not even bad. I don't think it's bad. That's my takeaway from this. I don't think it was something to get mad at from my dad. And okay, like all that, like I felt that all his criticisms was just a complete load of bullshit, because it is, right? Your complaints is me swearing in my video, which, like, there's my video, right? Like, I can see whatever I want. If I get in trouble for it, so be it. And secondly, in fact, I'm not gonna get in trouble for swearing. Everyone swears. Even he swears. And in fact, he's even worse because he said even worse words than I have. And secondly, what else? Yeah, he thought that the nerd stereotype was weird, which is like, I mean, he thought it was bad, not that it was weird. He thought it was bad. He thought I was making fun of people, but it's not. I'm not. It's not. It's a comedy. It's like SNL, but not as bad. Then lastly, he thought that I was putting on a facade, but who are you to judge? Let's be real. But okay, enough dumping. That really bummed me out, and we got into a very like heated argument. Because of that. And like, okay, you know, I can handle criticism. Like almost every day, I will at least face at least one negative comment. It's nothing out of the ordinary. Negative comments, like for all we know, it could be a kid, it could be some troll, whatever guy who doesn't understand it. It hurts, of course, but you can brush it off very easily. It's like, oh, you get a negative comment, well, you know, so be it, right? That's part of the YouTube experience. But hearing something negative from your dad, that's a different kind of hurtful, you know what I mean? Because it's someone whom you've known for your whole life. It's someone who is supposed to be supportive of what you do, and him just like calling your work mid, that hurts. And I don't know, I put in a lot of effort into this, and especially since I made this during a very difficult time where my CapCut wasn't functioning properly, and just hearing that, I don't think it helped at all. And so that's why I don't really associate this video with, you know, happy, cheery, fun things. Like when like my other videos, like I don't. This one specifically, out of all of them, this one I don't really look back at too fondly. Not because the video itself is bad, because whenever I rewatch it, I'm like, oh damn, this video is actually better than I remember it to be. But like what it's associated with, like the time I made this and what it resulted in, you know, it's kind of permanent, you know. And I just can't look at this video in the same way, and that's why every time I go rewatch this video, I expect it to be bad, but then I come out of it thinking, oh well, it's actually not that bad, and it's because of all that. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry for dumping all of a sudden, but yeah, I just had to get this out of my system.
Dragons in the trilogy. Additionally,
And also, I do want to mention that I think out of all of the analysis videos that I've made this year, this one was the most divisive, surprisingly. Even though it's not really a hot take, right? Like, a lot of people agree that the second one is better, but this one was the most divisive. There's a lot of arguments in the comments, which is why I also think there's also probably another reason to why I don't really associate this. Who the hell is hearting the thing? Okay, whatever. Yeah, that's why I don't really associate this video with positive things, because how long do your streams usually last? 2 hours. Yeah. But yeah, that's why. And This is my first stream. Oh, well, I'm sorry that your first stream has to be so negative, but welcome to your first stream. Like, I hope you enjoy yourself today. Yeah. So yeah, but I think that essentially the takeaway from this is I don't look at this video too fondly. Not because the video is bad, but because of what I associate it with. So yeah. Enough said. Let's continue watching.
Drago actually killed Stoic, which made him feel like a force to be reckoned with. Grimo didn't really accomplish anything, let's be real. Some people say that Grimo actually achieved his goal because at the end of the movie, he was the reason why Hiccup and Toothless separated. Never once in the movie did they ever say or imply such a thing. Not once did any of the characters go, you know, maybe Grimo was right. Maybe the humans and dragons can't live among us. No, the main reason why Toothless and Hiccup split was because Hiccup realized by himself that Toothless was happier in the hidden world. Hence, Grimo never actually really impacted much. Drago, on the other hand, not only killed.
By the way, I can barely hear the video you are playing, so maybe you can turn the volume up by 20%. Oh, sure thing. Hold up, give me a second. Is this better?
Dragons, but he also forced Hiccup to face his fears and take up the role of Berk Chief. Plus, assuming that yes, Grimo did play a part in convincing Hiccup to let go of Toothless, I guess it is also safe to assume that
Alright, thank you. Yeah, no problem, man, no problem.
Drago contributed too. As a child, Drago lost his arm and his whole village due to a dragon. It is because of this past trauma that made him believe that dragons and humans could not live together, and he brings up this idea to the protagonists too. So like, no matter how you look at it, Drago still contributed more to the overarching story of the How to Train Your Dragon franchise than Grimo. Speaking of Drago's backstory, I think his backstory to why he's evil is just far superior. Grimo's backstory is that he killed all the Night Furies except one for the sheer fun of it. Drago literally lost his arm and his whole family to a dragon, so you can kinda see why he's doing this. For all of you who think Drago is just a one-dimensional villain compared to Grimo, I would like you to tell me how Grimo's motivations are any better than Drago's. Lastly, we all love Shaffila's productions in this household, but I strongly disagree with him when he said,
But the thing that really bugs me about this dude is that he just walks away as Toothless is about to kill.
I do want to mention that Shaffila's Productions, a huge inspiration for my channel. I think if it weren't for him, I would not have started doing analysis videos in the first place. He was not the first analysis YouTuber I watched that would go to Phantom Strider. But he was, I think Shaffila's was like the biggest impact of all them because he was what made me realize, oh, I actually do want to analyze movies. I want to find like the deeper meaning behind movies and why I like or dislike it, you know. And it's because of that I started to do all of these videos, and you know, I realized that this is actually one of my favorite things to do on the channel. So I'd like to especially shout out to Shaffila's Productions for, you know, impacting this channel a lot. So yeah, just a little shout out to them.
Hiccup. Then he turns around, see.
Even though I do disagree with him here, and honestly I do disagree with Shaffila's a lot, but you know, he's a really like nice, like YouTube videos are really nice to watch, and highly recommend checking their channel out. Like yeah.
His Hiccup is still alive and just keeps walking. You kill without reason. Why are you not killing right now when you have a viable reason?
do you really think that the writers just made him look bad without any reason? Draco originally wanted to kill Hiccup, but ultimately decided not to once Toothless killed Stoic instead. Notice how he smiles after realizing that Stoic is dead? This is because Drago wants Hiccup to suffer the same pain that he did of losing family members to dragons. Overall, Grimo may be a more fun villain to watch and whatnot, but Drago feels like he plays a much bigger role in the overarching story. Well,
Okay, last thing I want to talk about before this villain segment ends. Like, I think I forgot to mention this in this video, But I personally think a good way to like a good comparison for these two villains is that I think Drago is like Tai Lang and Grimmel is like Shen, in the sense that Drago has a better story. He has a better backstory, a better motivation, and he made a far bigger impact on the franchise. But Lord Shen is a lot more like he's a lot more fun to watch. He's a lot more like smart and cunning and manipulative, and like I think uh it's really, for me personally, I prefer Tai Lang slightly better than Shen. Just a tiny bit. I think both of them are really good. It's just I think Tai Lang is slightly better. Shen, but I still think Shen is really good. Um, it's just that you know, uh, I think Tai Lang is just a lot better written and a lot more intimidating than Shen. And I think yeah, the same like mentality applies to Jago and Grimmel. Even though Grimmel is a lot more fun to watch, Drago I think is like more menacing, more threatening, has like a better motivation and has much bigger presence throughout. I think that's a good way of comparing it. Yeah.
Since we got the antagonist out of the way, let's talk about the protagonist and the deuter. You wanna know something? Going into the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy, I was actively bracing for the side characters to be annoying, since many YouTubers did say they were really bad. However, they honestly weren't that bad in the first two movies. They were kinda tolerable if anything. So with that, I went into the third movie with my guard down, expecting them to be on the same levels as the first two movies. It was the biggest mistake I ever made. The side characters in this are insufferable. I can handle other quote-unquote annoying side characters such as Olaf, Mater, the minions, every single animated character voiced by Aquafina, etc. And sometimes I genuinely don't understand the hate behind some of them. They are kinda charming, and they make the films less dull and whatnot. So I think that really goes to show how bad these hidden world side characters truly are. They are not charming, and they make the movie more dull. There is this one character who gets locked up by Grimmel in the middle of the movie, and then she gets freed because she's too annoying, and then Grimmel follows her back to Berg, which ends up getting both Toothless and the Light Fury to get captured and nearly killing the protagonist. And the nail in the coffin is the fact that the whole reason why she didn't notice Grimmel's army was following behind her was because she never looks back. Another stupid subplot involves one of the side characters wanting so desperately to get laid by Hiccup's mom. That totally doesn't drag down the pacing in any way, nor does it feel creepy or unfunny. For anyone who thinks that Ravnat thirsting over Aerith in the second movie was bad, I want you to take a good look at the love triangle between Aerith, Snotlord, and Velka, and tell me that's not worse. Then there's also the other subplot involving Tough Nut, where he tries to convince Hiccup to get laid by Astrid. Honestly, why do all the subplots involve someone wanting to get laid? This could have been removed and honestly nothing would have changed, since Hiccup musters up the courage to marry Astrid by himself. Even in serious situations, Lil Bro is still yapping about it. That's so funny, guys! That's the funniest shit I've ever seen! He also has this other subplot involving his beard. It's not good, but out of all the other subplots involving the side characters, this is the best one by far, and I think that really says a lot. It really begs the question, why are the side characters getting more screen time than they had in the first and second movie? Like, the reason why they were tolerable in the first two movies was because they were only minimized to little silly side gags that can be easily ignored. It's such a shame, since both Hiccup and Astrid were as well written as they were in the previous movies, and I have no problems with them. But they're just dragged down by these unlikable cast of characters that didn't need to appear as much as they did. I don't know, guys. Instead of this stupid subplot involving Hiccup's mom, how about we focus more on the relationship between Toothless and the Light Fury? Because if I'm being for real, their chemistry wasn't developed well enough. The Light Fury only got 8 minutes of screen time. 8! That's another issue I have with the movie. That's another issue I have with the movie. The underdeveloped story. Many people say that How to Train Your Dragon 2 isn't perfect since the movie barely develops the plot between Hiccup, his mom, and Stoic. Honestly, I agree with that. The whole plot involving Hiccup's family could have been done better, and it does deviate a bit from the main plot of Drago and his dragon army. But I think we can all agree that the Hidden World isn't any better. You see, How to Train Your Dragon 2 only has two stories that are happening. And sure, they don't mesh together well, but at least there's only two, right? Hidden World has too many plots and they don't mesh together too. There's of course all the side plots that I mentioned just now. There's the stuff involving the Hidden World, the plot involving the main characters heavily relying too much on their dragons, which I almost forgot existed since it only got brought up twice for some reason, the Light Fury, and lastly, Grimmel's big plan to catch Toothless. All of these are so different, and it just ends up creating an extremely messy story. Now, perhaps some of you are gonna say, actually, all these different side plots, they actually contribute to the story because they all relate to the topic of love. You see, I'm so smart.
Okay, so like a little like fun fact. After this video, the next time I were to ever use the actually like ever again, is in my DC ranking video, because it was a thing that I like to use in a lot of my videos. Like I used it in my Love Live video. I used it in my Hitori, like the Bochi the Rock April Fool's video, and I also used it in this one because I like it's a to me it's like quite a funny joke. But yeah, apparently my dad didn't think so, and because of that, I was like, yeah, actually, so yeah, you didn't like that joke, and hence, for my next two videos, my Blue Archive one and the Captain America Brave New World analysis videos, which we're gonna watch later on, I did not put the actually inside at all, because it just reminded me of that, and I was like, I don't want to put that in. I only ended up putting in the DC ranking video because enough time had passed, so like I wasn't like insecure about it anymore. And secondly, because I think my DCU ranking video is like supposed to be kind of like this huge love letter to everything that I've made. It's like a tribute to everything I've made already, and so I add like little tiny references to my other parts of like my other videos in that ranking video. That's why I put it in there, and also because I wanted to make fun of the Zack Snyder fans and be like, actually, like that's why. So yeah, but yeah, this was like the last time before a very long time that I added the actually in any of my videos. So yeah.
Firstly, you sure Tough Nut's beard has to do something with love? Be honest with me. Secondly, if that's the case, and I guess the second movie isn't too bad either, since both the plot of Hiccup's mom and Drago link to the overarching message of trying to avoid conflict and war. Hell, the Alpha Dragon, Stoic's death, and the baby dragons tie up the two stories together significantly better. So if you really think about it, no matter how you look at it, the second movie still has the better overall story. Honestly, this wouldn't be such a big issue if the movie at least developed the plots more. Like what I said, the romance involving Toothless and the Light Fury is barely shown. Remember the part when Toothless went to go find the Light Fury Gold Dragon, and then he didn't return until Hiccup and Astrid went to go look for him? I personally felt that it was very out of character for Toothless and kinda selfish of him if I'm being honest. The movie tries to play it off as if Hiccup's in the wrong for feeling concerned over Toothless's disappearance, which no, he's totally justified. Hell, Hiccup even gave him specific instructions to come back before sunset, so Hiccup had every right to be worried and even mad about it. This kinda makes the ending feel rushed and unearned, since we don't feel the need for the dragons to leave the humans. Now, some of you may be saying that the only reason why I don't like Hidden World is because I'm just salty about Toothless having to leave Hiccup at the end.
Wait a
Okay,
damn
that's
second.
and all, but
Snow Lady. Oh wait, guys, hold up. Ignore me for a second. I'm sorry for that, guys. Let me continue.
I'm one of the only.
That's it, Snow Lady. You get out of my thing right now. I'm sorry.
9 people who actually enjoyed Toy Story 4, which, like, spoiler warning, it also has a similar ending of Woody leaving the other toys to be with his gal. And they also both came out in 2019, would you look at that? Anyway, that's besides the point. The point is, I was perfectly content with Woody leaving the gang, while I wasn't for Toothless. You wanna know why? Because Toy Story 4 gives us ample amounts of screen time to show the relationship between Woody and Bo. We see their relationship throughout the course of 3 movies, and we see how much the two care about each other, so it makes the eventual leave feel understandable. But like, we've only seen the Light Fury for 8 minutes, which isn't enough for us, the audience, to get attached to her and find it reasonable for Toothless to choose her over Hiccup. We saw Hiccup and Toothless grow together throughout the whole trilogy, so it kinda makes me scratch my head as to why Toothless would pick a girl that he just met over his own homie. That's also not to mention that if Woody doesn't go with Bo, he kinda doesn't have any good use. Bonnie doesn't want to play with him anymore, and so the only logical thing for him to do is to be with his GF and help other toys get owners. Most people say that that's not in character for Woody to leave Bonnie, considering how in every movie he's super loyal to his owner. But I have a differing opinion. Woody at first tries so desperately to get Forky back to Bonnie. His whole reason for jumping out of a van was to make his child happy. His whole motivation at first is to get Forky back to Bonnie because of his loyalty. But then, halfway through the movie, this mentality bites him back, and it almost kills a toy. This movie's message is about how all living organisms deserve their own free will, and a chance to live the life that they want. And I'm genuinely shocked that a lot of you guys aren't picking up on the message. Like, can you all stop complaining about the fact that Toy Story 4 is an unnecessary installment, and instead complaining about things that are in the actual f***ing movie?
Okay. Oh, hello, multiverses unofficial. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, and I want to elaborate on this little joke that I placed in my video, right? Toy Story 4 haters when Forky knows what. Yeah, this is an actual criticism that one of the Toy Story 4 haters actually has. Of course, respect to the guy for making a 5-hour long. Was it 5 hour or was it like 10 hour? But I know it was multiple hour long analysis on Toy Story 4. Like, he broke down every line of dialogue, every action that the characters did, and it was like, oh, this is bad because blah blah, and he went on like a whole tangent. And like, I respect that. Of course, making any analysis video longer than an hour is respectable. But I think Lil Bro is kind of reaching a bit with most of his points, because a lot of them were very, very tiny nitpicks, like Forky knows what a carousel is but not a merry-go-round, because one of the jokes in the movie is that Forky was like, well, Woody was like, oh, Forky, we need to get to like the merry-go-round. Then Forky was like, what's a merry-go-round? Then Woody was like, oh, the spinny thing with the horses. Then Forky was like, oh, you mean the carousel? And it's a funny joke. To me, I think it's quite a funny joke. But the guy was like, grr, how would he know that? Grr. And I was like, I don't think you understand what a joke is. It's like not supposed to make sense. That's the joke. The joke is that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that Forky would know what a carousel is, but not a merry-go-round. Or the misunderstanding. That's what makes the joke funny. But bro doesn't get that. So I find that kind of it's a bit weird. You know. Then what else? Yeah. Other than that, like, little bro just makes like little small nitpicks on the movie. It's not just that guy. Like, there's this other. I don't know what's up with Toy Story 4 haters and them having like the worst opinions. Okay, not have